Hello, I'm Mayla. I'm an 8-month-old Aussiedoodle with not only fluffy fur, but also a super sensitive nose and a clever mind. My humans, Christian and Sandra, think I'm the sweetest dog in the world. What they don't know is that I'm secretly a true knowledge hunter. I love learning everything about the world of dogs and their humans. Today, I'm going to tell you about an evening filled with scents, TV, and a little bit of chaos. It all started on a quiet evening. Christian and Sandra were cozily sitting on the sofa. As always, I was lying at their feet, sniffing around the coffee table to see what treasures it had to offer. Oh, the smells. Cookies, a leftover slice of pizza, and something that suspiciously smelled like peanut butter. My tummy growled, but I knew I wasn't allowed to touch any of it. After all, I'm well behaved. Well, most of the time. But what was on TV that evening was more exciting than any treat. A dog show called Dogs Behaving Very Badly. The dog trainer on the show was called Graeme Hall. They called him the Dog Father. I immediately knew this guy must know his stuff. His job was to visit homes where dogs seemed to have taken over the world. These dogs stole food off tables, destroyed sofas, and terrorized mail carriers. While Christian and Sandra laughed, I perked up my ears. Those dogs might have looked wild, but I understood them. Who could possibly resist the smell of freshly cooked meat wafting through the air? But then Christian said something that caught my attention. Why doesn't the dog trainer talk about how unhealthy it is for dogs to eat human food all the time? Sandra nodded in agreement, adding, "Many people don't realize how harmful sugar, salt, and spices can be for us dogs." My little doggy brain started spinning. Could it really be that bad? I remembered the cookie I secretly nabbed from the table a few weeks ago. It was delicious, but afterward I didn't feel so great. Was that why? Christian explained to me later that some foods are even poisonous to dogs. Chocolate, onions, and garlic are at the top of the list. I was shocked. Why didn't the dog trainer on the show talk about this? Instead, he focused on teaching humans how to introduce new rules to their dogs. There was a lot of emphasis on patience, consistency, and love. I thought that was wonderful, but I would have liked it even more if he had talked about nutrition as well. Christian and Sandra agreed. The people on the show often seemed a bit clumsy. They left food lying around and then wondered why their dogs stole it. I had to chuckle. We dogs have an unbeatable sense of smell, and if something smells good, we go for it. But I also understood that humans usually mean well. They think they're treating us when they give us a piece of pizza or a cookie. What they don't realize is that we dogs eat everything we can get our paws on, whether it's good for us or not. What Christian and Sandra don't know is that during one of their absences, I watched another dog show about nutrition. In this program, a German dog trainer explained that we dogs have a very sensitive digestive system. Our livers can't handle large amounts of spices or sugar. That also explained why I had felt so bad after eating that cookie. This realization made me proud. I wasn't just a cute pup anymore. I was a clever one, too. By the end of the evening, I felt a little smarter and a little hungrier. I now better understood why Sandra and Christian are so strict with me when it comes to food. They only want what's best for me, and for that, I'm grateful. But I also think that shows like Dogs Behaving Very Badly have a greater responsibility. They could teach humans how important proper nutrition is for us dogs. After all, we rely on our humans to take care of us. When I think back to that evening, I can't help but smile. I learned so much. Maybe one day, the TV channel Sky will air an episode focused on dog nutrition. I'd really wish for that. After all, we dogs can't decide for ourselves what's good for us. But I'm grateful to have Christian and Sandra, who take such good care of me. That was my story. exciting, educational, and a little cheeky. I hope you had as much fun reading it as I did telling it. And now, if you'll excuse me, I have a toy waiting to be taken apart into tiny pieces.